Now, one thing you find when you talk about philosophy, that one mystic commented that God is simple, but everything else is complicated. There are books and books on the philosophy where one sentence comprises 5 pages. The sentence will never be over. Philosophy scares people away. Students, they just run away. So one saint who became the guru of Steve Jobs, the Apple founder, the saint in a small place called Kenchi near Nainital, Neem Karoli Baba. He summarized the Gita in 8 words. And it's the most accurate summary that you will ever find. And he wrote, Gita equals to love all, serve all, speak the truth, and remember God. Now, remembering God is, you will find in the arrangement, is towards the end. So, serving all is seva, is the karma yoga. Love all, remember God is bhakti yoga. Speaking the truth is jnana yoga. That's all there is. Now, of course, you have things like Ananya Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, etc., etc. But the basic plan of action of the divine is a very, very simple design. Now, I thought when I was coming here that I should talk about the Gita in our daily life or scriptures in the daily life, because often the current generation, I call it the McDonald's generation. They eat food also in a hurry. Okay, give me a burger, I eat and I go. 10 minutes lunch, 10 minutes dinner generation. So how does it work? Now, I was giving a lecture in a meditation society in Delhi, and where I referred to a wonderful verse from the Gita. It says, Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evcha nirmamo nirankare samduk sukha kshami. It is probably the most important slok of Bhagavad Gita, which says, Adveshta sarva bhutanam, have animosity, goodwill, hatred towards none. Maitra karuna evcha, be friendly and compassionate towards all. So hatred towards none and friendship towards all. The crux. Now there was a Q&A session, and one person, very respectable gentleman, he said, I am very well off, but I have a problem. I said, what happened? He said, my son-in-law, his son-in-law is a very violent person. Now tell me how and why I should not hate a person who is very violent towards my daughter. How I cannot accept this verse from the Gita. I said, you have a very valid question. But at the same time, Gita does not have a superficial meaning. Gita has a very deep meaning. Superficial is what we read, but there is a depth to it. If you harbor hatred towards somebody, harboring hatred is like having hydrochloric acid in your own heart. And HCl, as we know the term, the acid is going to first burn your own heart before it damages the other person. So everything has a very scientific basis. Now the other part is, this is the loving part. Paramahansa Yogananda, he went to his guru Yukteswarji. After several years of rigorous training and meditation and everything, and his guru asked, "Bhai, kuch samajh mein aaya? Kuch, have you made any progress?" He said, "Yes, Guru, I only love God, nothing. I don't think of anything else except God. I love only God." And the Guru nodded his head. He said, no, go back. Go back to your study, go back to your meditation. And after 1 or 2 years, he came back and he said, that Guru, I have realized now that I love not only God, but his entire creation. It is very easy, I can assure you, very easy to love God. Why do we love God? Because God is the repository of all wealth, all name, all fame, all power, all education, everything. Everything flows from God. So we have no choice but to love God. But can we extend the same love to a leper, to a beggar, to an underdeveloped person, to an impoverished farmer or a laborer? Can we have the same love for those who are disadvantaged? No, we cannot. That's why the biggest virtue, the Gita says is, it's in verse 18, chapter 5, beautiful verse, Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shuni chaiv shvapake cha pandita samdarshana. Pandit kaun hai? Who is a wise person? He is not somebody who's gone to the topmost universities, Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, Cornell, Stanford. No. Gita says, Pandit is one who can see everybody with an equal eye. And that includes an elephant, a dog, a Brahmin, and an untouchable. So that is Gita's vision, the vision of equality, that you should be able to love all. Now, how did Mahabharata start? What is the first verse in the Gita? Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samveta yujutsuve mamka pandavascha kim kurvat. So Dhritarashtra is asking, ki what happened when my son and the sons of Pandu are assembled, arrayed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra? And the scholars say, the moment the king says, my son and my brother's son, that is the seed of war. Moment you discriminate between your son and your neighbor's son, he says, king cannot be like that. So moving from mamatva to samatva is the message, is one of the core messages of the Gita. Now when people talk about the Ramayana basically has three things. Ramayana is about prem, Ramayana is about satya, Ramayana is about karuna. You talk to any scholar. Prem we have already discussed, loving everybody. Now the second thing is about Satya. Satya is chapter 16, verse number 2 of the Gita talks about Satya. Okay, let's look at 1, 2 and then 3 because I have to open my pages of the mind, so 2 comes after 1 only. Abhyam sattva sanshuddhir gyan yog vyavasthiti danam damasya yagyasya swadhyayasta parjavam ahimsa satyam akrodas tyage rupeshunam daya bhuteshwar loluptam marduvam hir chapalam. Ahimsa satyam akrodas. Satya is described in the Gita as one of the divine virtues. Now, how does Satya work? Okay, I'll give you an example. It can be funny also, but it's from real life. I had a colleague in Hong Kong. He and his wife, they were very close to me. They were part of my personal staff. And one day, they came. Normally, the spouses, they don't talk directly with the ambassador. But she said, sir, I have a problem. I want to talk to you. So I said, boliye kya hua? He said that our son, we've given him best of education, best of everything. Now, we have a feeling that he is going to marry an American girl. So I said, what is the problem if he is marrying an American? Your grandchildren will be fair complexion. He said, no. I said, is there a dowry problem? He said, no, there is no dowry problem. She said, the problem is that I speak only Hindi and Punjabi, And what will happen if the daughter-in-law is American? I said, "Ki bhai, I can't help in these matters." So he had a very nice son also. So I said, "But do you have a communication problem? You tell your son directly. You don't want." He said, "No, sir, we have been telling him for the last 5 years, he can marry whoever he likes. He has a degree from Manila, he has a degree from US, now he's working in Switzerland." It's a common problem. The marriage is a common problem, brings smiles even in the audience. So I said, "Aisa karo, कि you call your son and say truthfully that as parents, we want you to marry an Indian, not a foreigner. And say that you are sorry that in the past you were saying you can marry whoever." Your son will be angry, but just convey. Be truthful. So they said, "Sir, you are a scholar of Gita. So Gita ki kya advice hai?" I said, "Gita says, be truthful. Son ko keh do aap. And also say that if he goes ahead and marries a foreigner, they will be pained, but they will accept." I said, "Accept." ठीक है. So they go home, they telephone the son, and naturally the son is very angry. He said, "But Mom and Dad, you have been telling me always. I had the choice. I could do anything." And Gita also says, towards the end, in Gita, verse 63 of chapter 18, when the Gyan is being concluded, when Lord concludes the Gita, Lord says, "Itite jnanam akhyatam guyad guyataram maya vimarshetad asheshen yatha ichchasi tatha kuru." Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. Do as you like. So the current generation always wants, do as I like. तो वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई ये तो गीता तो ये कहती है कि I have the choice. And Shri Krishna gives the choice. So there is some tussle. So they came back to me in the evening. Sir, we had a telephonic conversation. It was very hard. Son is very angry. So I said, "Aapne keh diya, that's good enough. Just wait and see what happens. You just say that this is our honest feeling. If you do what you like, but this is our view. Don't marry a foreigner." Now the person, he retired, he went to India. That was like 10, 15 years ago. But I said, whenever he gets married, send me a card, whether he marries an Indian or foreigner. After some time, he said, "Sir, good news." I said, "What good news?" That he has found an Indian girl and he wants to marry an Indian. So I said, "Look, this is the power of truth." Often parents make this mistake. Now Gita has a social message also of not revealing their true feelings to their children. So there is no harm. Like when my son became 18 years old, we were overseas. So I told my son, I said, "This is the age you can drink." I said, "Come, let's open a bottle of wine and we'll drink." And he was shocked. He said, "Dad, how can you say that? You are such a spiritual person, this, that. You want to drink with me?" I said, "Sure." I said, "I want to not drink with you. I want to give you a message that never, you will be under pressure when you go to university, college, etc., etc. Never come under pressure to take more than one drink, because you can drink as an act of socializing." And he sticks to that. Because Gita's message also is that moderation in life is the key. Gita is not about white color and black color. Gita is about how to lead a life, how to lead a moderate life, a regulated life and disciplined life. Now, my first posting was in Paris. There's a very funny story. And I was living in a French family. My boss sent me to live in a French family. He said, "You will learn French very fast." So there is an interview procedure. And they asked me that, "Mr. Gupta, do you drink?" I said, "No." "Do you smoke?" I said, "No." "Do you take non-vegetarian food?" "No." So he was, my French hosts, they were getting more and more worked up. Finally he said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" I said, "No." Then he said, what is the purpose of your life? I said, I am also looking for that purpose of the life, because there is this Western thought where eat, drink, make merry is the purpose of life. On the other hand, we have our scriptures, they say, be rooted in the soil. You discover. Now, the basic thing that the scriptures say is, that it's a very scientific thing, that you have the what is called a transient world and the permanent world. Now, what is transient? I was in Tunisia, and I was at a reception. I met a Tunisian diplomat, and he said, we were talking about Quran and Gita, as usual. And he said that in chapter 2 of the Gita, there is a wonderful thing, it's the concept of the soul, which you don't find so pronounced, so well written in any other religion. It was coming from an Islamic scholar. So I said, you are an Islamic scholar. How do you know all these things about the soul and super soul and all these things? So he said, Ambassador, there are two kinds of Islamic countries. So I was intrigued. I said, carry on. He said, countries that have oil, and countries like Tunisia and Algeria, Morocco, rest of the countries, except half a dozen or 10 countries, the rest do not have oil. So he said, where there is oil, you don't have to study. We have to study. We have to know about everything. And you could find Tunisian doctors practicing in South Africa also, in one of the developed countries. So the concept of soul, two things the Gita had you don't find in any other religion, is any other scripture, is the concept of soul and also the concept of gunatit. That the body has transient elements which are described as 5 elements. Bhumi, Rapo, Anlo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhi, Revcha. Ahankaram, Itiyam, Me, Bhinna, Prakriti, Rasta. Apare, Mitastvanyam, Prakritim, Vidhi, Me, Param, Jeev, Bhutam, Mahabhavo, Yeyadam, Dharyate, Jagat. That the Gita says that there are 8 elements of lower nature and 3 and 1 of higher nature. And higher nature is the soul, that is also described as the divine spark. And there is a beautiful verse in chapter 8 which says, Ma manusmar yuddhiche. Krishna tells Arjun, remember me and fight the battle. Often you will find doctors, professors, scholars saying, oh, I am too busy, I just don't have time. But Krishna says, you can even fight the battle, you remember me. So remembering God is not like just going to a temple and worshipping for 5 minutes.